The Taj Mahal was not built only from stone. It was built from a promise. As the first light of morning touches the white marble, the entire monument softens into a pale blush, as if the structure itself has a pulse. Just beginning to wake, this subtle transformation happens every dawn, quietly reminding us that this is not a frozen relic of history, but a living presence shaped by light, memory, and devotion. Construction began in the year 1632, under the rule of the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. The Taj Mahal was commissioned as a resting place for his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal, who died giving birth to their 14th child. Her death marked a rupture not only in the emperor's personal life, but in the emotional landscape of an entire empire. What followed was not merely a construction project. It was an act of remembrance on a scale the world had never seen. Artisans, architects, calligraphers, stonecutters, and laborers were gathered from across Asia. They worked continuously for more than 2 decades. Each brought a skill refined over generations, techniques passed from master to apprentice, from hand to hand. More than 1,000 elephants were used to transport materials across rivers, plains, and mountains. Every block of stone carried weight far beyond its mass. White marble was brought from Rajasthan. Turquoise traveled from Tibet. Lapis lazuli came from Afghanistan. Carnelian from Arabia. Agate from Yemen. Each stone undertook a journey that mirrored the human effort behind it. Together, they formed not just a structure, but a map of a connected world. The entire complex spreads across more than 17 hectares, designed with a symmetry so precise it feels almost unreal. Every path, every garden, every water channel aligns along a single central axis, a visual expression of eternal order. In this design, balance is not aesthetic preference, it is philosophy made visible. The central dome rises more than 70 meters into the sky, its proportions so exact that it appears lighter than it truly is. Surrounding it stand 4 minarets, each subtly tilted outward. This was not a flaw, it was foresight. If an earthquake were to strike, the towers would fall away from the tomb, protecting the heart of the monument. Even catastrophe was anticipated with care. As you approach the mausoleum, verses from the Quran emerge in black stone against white marble. The calligraphy grows larger as it rises higher, creating a perfect optical illusion. The text appears uniform in size no matter where you stand. This detail, invisible at first glance, reveals the extraordinary intelligence behind every artistic choice. During the day, the Taj Mahal appears luminous and pure, almost blinding in its whiteness. At sunset, it absorbs the warm tones of the sky, turning the marble a deep honeyed gold. Under a full moon, it seems to glow from within, transformed into something closer to gemstone than architecture. But behind this beauty are human lives. Hands that pressed against stone until skin hardened and joints wore thin. Years spent far from families, devoted to a vision that would never belong to them personally. Anonymous artisans whose names were never recorded, but whose presence remains etched into every surface. This is why the Taj Mahal cannot be understood only as a tomb. It is the way an empire chose to speak about love. Not love as sentiment, but love as endurance, as patience, as sacrifice, love expressed through geometry, discipline, and permanence. When the monument was completed, it stood not only as a tribute to one woman, but as a declaration of what human devotion could create when given time, resources, and purpose. Centuries passed, empires weakened, new powers arrived, the world modernized around it. Yet the Taj Mahal remained. Today, millions of visitors arrive here each year. They come from every corner of the world, drawn by photographs, stories, and reputation. They arrive with noise, movement, expectation. But at dawn, before the crowds gather, the original stillness returns. The reflecting pool once again mirrors the sky, just as it did nearly 400 years ago. The carved floral patterns continue to whisper the stories of artisans long gone. And the marble continues to change color with the light, as if time itself were breathing. If you listen closely, the Taj Mahal does not speak of death. It speaks of memory, of beauty that heals rather than overwhelms, of grief transformed into form, of love that time cannot erase, only deepen. This is why the monument feels different from other wonders of the world. It does not dominate the landscape through force. It invites stillness. It asks nothing from you except attention. As the sun rises higher and the marble brightens once more, the Taj Mahal returns to its daily rhythm, silent, watchful, enduring. Thank you for walking with me through this story. If this journey moved you, subscribe to the channel, and join us again as we continue exploring the world's great wonders, places where history is not finished, but still quietly alive.